Welcome, all you beautiful souls, to your weekly energy update. And this is for October 16th through October 23rd. Of course, these are timeless too. So whenever you come across these, if your intuition brought you here, I'd still watch the video because obviously it brought you here for a reason, right? But if you are watching this during that period, woohoo! October 18th, Mercury is officially out of its post shadow and direct and moving forward. So we should see some more fluidity in our communication and also in our electronics and different things like that. So we had a wonderful journey through that, but we're ready for it to be going forward for sure. Now, Pluto is still in its post shadow. So we have that death and rebirth and transformational energy still going on that we're reflecting on what we learned during the Pluto period. If you want to check out a video from a couple weeks ago that actually had to do with what we learned during the Pluto retrograde. And then Saturn is now going to be going out of its retrograde into its post shadow on October 23rd. So if you aren't familiar with those words, before a planet goes retrograde, where Earth, kind of moves where it appears, a planet is going in reverse, it goes into a pre-shadow period where it starts to slow and it starts to head towards moving backwards in degrees in comparison to Earth. And then it goes into its retrograde where it's really the strong energy of it. You start to feel it in the pre-shadow, but the retrograde is when the energy is the strongest, turning us inward with whatever planet it is to reflect on things. And then when it starts to slow the backward move and start headed back to where it's going to go direct, that's called the post-shadow period. And that's the period where we do the reflection on what we learned as we went through the retrograde for that planet. So Saturn, of course, is all about challenging our beliefs about life, and it kind of rattles our cage and, what's going on? What is this? Does this belief really fit in anymore for you? And that type of thing. So we've got both Pluto and Saturn, death and rebirth, and challenging our beliefs, all in post-shadow, all in this reflective period that starts up. So it's kind of like, questioning huge beliefs in our lives during this period. Our cage was rattled during the Pluto and Saturn retrogrades, and now we're reflecting on, okay, what was rattled and what are we going to do with that information? It's like, is the world ready for unorganized religion? Is it shaking it up? Are we ready to return where unconditional love is our core belief instead of all the rules and everything that we put around love? So a very beautiful reflection period. So for this video, we're going to be asking Creator and Spirit, what inner revelation did Saturn shake out of its retrograde? And then also Saturn is great because it not only is a taskmaster. If you do the work and question your beliefs and the old ways of doing things, there's also a reward that comes with it. So in addition to what inner revelation did it shake out, we're also going to ask what reward is coming. So we'll see what Spirit has to say. Of course, we are going to pull cards for each individual zodiac sign, and we're going to start into yours right now. All right, Aquarians, this is your weekly energy update, and we are going to start off here by pulling a card from the Into the Lonely Woods deck. Now, any of the cards I use in a reading, I do list in the description box below, so if any of them catch your fancy and you'd like to have them for yourself, you know where you can pick those up. All right, and we're going to use these Into the Lonely Woods kind of just to zero in on what was shaken out of our cage during this Saturn retrograde. So let's take a look here one more time. All right, so for all our Aquarians, what would you like them to know about what was shaken out? What inner revelation? Okay, they do want this one right here. And we have card number 36, The Truth Comes Softly. Cute little card, beautiful there. We'll put that right here. Smooth that down a little bit. There we go. All right, so let's see what message comes with that card. And it says, in the clean space of freedom to witness the self, we can find ways to work with the truth. Truths are not the same as facts. Truths are about our stories and the story of our lives thus far. Being isolated for a time can mean we begin to understand far more deeply what our stories have become, and we begin to know how our stories need to change. The tale of your life becomes more and more clearly written by yourself, without all the suggestions and interruptions, even those that are well meant, of others. Let the truth become clearer and clearer until it is in front of you. This truth is your story, and it's yours to write. Wow. I love that. So definitely, there's this working out of the small t truths that are rooted in the fear of losing conditional love. Those are all the opinions that all of us are inundated with as we're growing up. All the popular opinions of how you're supposed to feel when you go through something, and what story, like it says, what story you apply to a situation, what it means as you're going through it. And it's reinforced over and over where that a popular opinion, we take it on as our own because we don't know any better as children. So we take it on as our own opinion, and then it becomes our habit to feel and think that way, and then it becomes our reaction to feel and think that way. And so there's this freedom that's coming with that rattling of the cage, these truths, these things that weren't sitting right with us that we just didn't feel we could question before, we're beginning to. So we'll take a look here and see what else they'd like us to know through these Oracle of the Unicorns, and see what other truths they would like to bring forward, or at least tell us what truths we were questioning. How is our story changing? All right, so what else for all our Aquarians, please? What else would you like them to know? Okay, they do want this one right here. You got cycles. Yep, there we go. The cycles of believing the same thing, right? And it says everything has its right time. Honor the cycles of your body. Tune into the moon's magic. Beautiful card there. We'll put it right there. And let's see what else they would like to add to that. And it says, if something feels like it is not happening, don't force it. Everything has its time. Everything has its place. This situation will naturally come to fruition when the time is right, whether it is a business project, a relationship, a journey, a contract, or an opportunity. This unicorn has come into your reading to remind you that we are connected with Mother Earth through the natural rhythm of cycles, the ebb and flow of the tides, the waxing and the waning of the moon, and for women, the circle of ovulation and menstruation. Look at where you have fallen out of sync with these cycles, and to start working with the moon's magic to bring more flow into your life. Instead of always trying to push through life full steam ahead, allow yourself to rest, retreat, and acknowledge your body's call for gentleness. Then when the moon waxes again, or after menstruation, you can get out there again and be proactive and more social. There is so much magic for you to unlock in your life by honoring these cycles. Buy yourself a moon calendar and or note down the different phases for each month. Live in the flow of cycles and you will experience the true magic of life. Wow, beautiful. Both of these cards mentioned about having this time alone and reflecting on things. And so this definitely, if you've been drawn, and pretty much we all have in a way, because all of the planets were either in pre-shadow, post-shadow, or right in the middle of their retrogrades, which is all turns us inward with that energy to reflect on things. So we definitely have had this, nudge to look inward and question our beliefs and, what's blocking our flow of life, what restrictions have come in with the stories that we've put there. So we'll take a look there and also see what else Creator and Spirit would like by looking into the Tarot of the Dragons. By the way, the cycles of the moon too, these weekly energy updates, every other one is usually talking about the new moon wishes and the new moon energy that's coming in, and the full moon, type of unveiling and letting go type of ceremonies and energy. So, if you tune into these and follow these weekly, you will also get notification of the new moons and the full moons and those cycles. So just a little side note there. All right, let's take a look here and see what these Tarot of Dragons have to tell you. Already a card popping out. They want to talk for sure. And one more time. All right, so what else for our Aquarians, please? What else would you like them to know? Okay. We do want to that one there, and then this one up here. What else, please? All right. So these are those, and that is it. All right. So let me just line these up, and we will start with this one down here, which you have the Fool. So talking about ending of cycles and new beginnings, the World card, which is the highest card in the major arcana, means ending of significant cycles in your life, which brings on into the Fool card, which starts you all over in a new cycle and a new adventure. So definitely during this period of time, the gift that was given is the ending of a significant cycle, allowing you to flow and move into a new area of your life. Somewhere you felt you had blocks in your life and it has been removed. A cycle has ended and you're ready for this movement forward into a new part of your life. Yeah, because you have the Ace of Cups, newness. So new emotions, new higher emotions. And the Ace of Cups is also the Chalice, the Holy Grail, which is all about connection to the higher realms. You have this beautiful awareness of the unconditional love of the higher realms that you allow to come in, fill you up, and overflow out to the world. The Aquarians are the water bearers, right? And the vessels that they carry are full of this unconditional love energy. That's why this age of Aquarius is like bringing in this new the new old way of loving. When I mentioned in the beginning, are we ready to have unorganized religion, go back to the basics of what is really at the core of most religions, which is the unconditional love of the creator of all things? Are we ready to return to that? And the age of Aquarius is the introduction, saying the old ways of looking at things and doing things doesn't work anymore, and we're ready for this new Aquarian age that is full of this unconditional love, these living waters that you bring. So I love that. And then you have the Two of Wands coming in. And the Two of Wands is a beautiful, beautiful energy because it does show you that every moment is either of unconditional love or the fear of losing conditional love of the human world, right? So you have this love that you can drink from and the other cup that we can drink from. But in this case, this is the energy. And you literally hold your world in your hands with this power. So another gift that you're learning through the reflecting on what was shaken up during the Saturn retrograde is that whatever you focus on is what grows. If you're focusing on what's missing in your life or what you don't want in your life and your troubles in your life, that is what expands and grows because you're putting the energy and the intention on it. But if instead you change your cycle and you look at it in a different way where you focus on gratitude and are thankful for what comes in, what is in your life already, and what you want to have come in your life, then that grows instead. And because you're not investing energy over here, that stuff starts to shrink because you're not feeding it. It's like a deflating balloon. It just, no air going into it. It's just going to eventually do that. Or like that, if here in the United States, if you ever go by, usually it's by car dealerships, they have this giant thing that's going back and forth and arms flying over the place to get people's attention because there's air being blown into it. When it turns off, it's all, and that's kind of what I feel will happen to those other things. Hope you like my sound effects. Okay. Look, and then above the Ace of Cups, you have the Page of Cups. So again, pages are newness, messages of love, but also moving up to a new level of love. So definitely this water bearer is coming in here where you are bringing new levels, new higher levels. And I really like how they have this one too. If you can see here, he's tapping on the pond, looking at his self in the mirror. All that time of reflection this talked about has brought you to this place where you're realizing and connecting to those higher levels of unconditional love from above. Wow. And then you got the 10 of Pentacles. Wow. So Pentacles is about your outside world and abundance, how you're looking at your worth in relation to the outside world too. And the 10 of Pentacles means not only have you come from the 9 of Pentacles, which means you have found your worth and your abundance from the inside. You have filled up like these chalices. You filled up like this cup with unconditional love, and now it's flowing over. This abundant feeling, this wholeness feeling, not only are you experiencing yourself, it's flowing out to others, and you're impacting others, either intentionally, that you're sharing it in whatever way you do it, with blogging or conversations, coffee talk with friends, if it's classes that you're training, whatever you're doing, you're helping people find their worth from within themselves because of all this spark that you've had, this change that you've had, and you are sharing this in important ways. And then you have the 6 of Pentacles. So the 6 of Pentacles is this message about giving and receiving, allowing yourself to receive, allow yourself, that beautiful awareness. I also call it my codependency awareness card. So with all of this that's come through, you're realizing as you've got this firmer foundation of your worth through these experiences, you realize that this belief that you had earlier in life that you aren't worthy to be around unless you're able to give something to someone. Whether it is you have to overgive in order to get something back. You might have had to fight for attention when you were younger. You might have done extreme things in order to get attention from parental units or teachers or people in authority that you were wanting attention from. And because of that, you kind of developed this perfectionist attitude where it's either all or nothing, there's no gray. And because of that, you feel like you have to give 100 of something to deserve 1 back. It's a really sucky exchange rate. That's what we're taught when we're younger, right? When we become enablers in codependent relationships, where we enter a relationship not as we enter it as adult to adult, but it quickly becomes parent to adult. It's mama bird, baby bird, and mama bird and daddy bird to a baby bird. And we'll give and we'll give and we'll give till we're exhausted, and give and give and give till we're resentful. And when they try to give back, we're like, nope, because that makes us feel uncomfortable. It scares us because if someone's giving to us, that means we're not giving to them. That means they're going to see us as needy and walk away from us and abandon us. And instead, we develop this foundation of worth where you feel that you can give and receive. In fact, you become this chalice where you fill up from the inside and overflow. And what anyone gives you is just above and beyond. You don't feel the need to give in order to determine your worth. You just fill up and overflow, and it's beautiful. And this is what was happening with that 10 of Pentacles. So the gift is that you're being freed as well from these chains of codependent relationships where you train people not to give to you, and they eventually go outside of the relationship to give, either workaholics, or they, have affairs, or they have a hobby, or go to the gym, or invest in their friends, and what you wish they would give to you that you won't receive from them, they give to other people. And so that kind of, you're resentful and they're giving energy somewhere else. What a relationship. And that can be romantic or friends or family or whatever. It doesn't necessarily need to be just, your significant relationship type of things. But this is being healed. This is being changed because it's been rattled and you're seeing it now. So I love that. And then your final card is a fortune cookie. So let's see. What is the final message for Spirit and Creator for all you Aquarians for this week with this energy? What is your final message? Did one turn over? I thought one turned over. Did one? Yep, it sure did. And you got the luck card. Yay! And that says, a sudden change of luck is likely. Things are working in your favor. It's an excellent time for networking. So I like that things just suddenly change here for you, where it kind of feels like you're like, whoa, what happened? But this change of energy, the way you're looking at things, the cycle ending and this new beginning, it feels very lucky. Suddenly you stop attracting the same type of individual, the same type of relationships, because you're not repeating that cycle anymore. So you don't need those lessons and those teachers and those mirrors for that specific type of cycle anymore. And you're like, wow, it feels like you've won, like a jackpot of some sort. So I love this energy that's coming in for you, Aquarius, for this week. And definitely this review period as Saturn goes through its post-shadow period. Now, if you are looking for more messages of love from above, in addition to these weekly energy updates, I also put out monthly readings for each individual zodiac sign and a few other types of videos throughout the month. So if you don't want to miss out on any of those and be updated immediately when they become available, if you give this video a little thumbs up by clicking the like button, and then also clicking that subscribe button gives you access to the notification bell. When you go in there, there is an all option. And if you click on that, then you'll be notified of any new videos that come out of my channel, as well as when I'm going live on YouTube. Yes, you heard it right. I am actually going live on YouTube every single day now, Sunday through Friday evenings at 7 p.m. Mountain. Saturdays, I do push it back an hour to 8 p.m. Mountain because I also go on Instagram on Saturdays live at 5 p.m. Mountain. And then Friday and Saturday mornings, 11 a.m. Mountain, and Sundays, 10 a.m. Mountain. So if you haven't stopped by to say hello and check it out, I'd love to see you. Also, doing those things does help spread the Zen love, and it does help my channel grow in significant ways. Because when you like or you share one of my videos, comment on one of my videos, and subscribe to my channel, doing those things makes the YouTube algorithm so happy it wants to automatically share my videos with other people as well. So if you feel inspired to do any of those things, please know I am very, very grateful for that. Also, these are general readings, and if you're looking for even more specific information and answers for your specific life, I do offer personal readings, and all that information is listed in the description box of this video below. Right, Aquarians, as you go through this week, please know that every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the Mother and Father of all things, and of course, I love you too. Have an amazing week. We'll be talking soon. In the meantime, you hang in there and you take care.